So we have game 3. Thank you everybody for being here. I'm having such a good time despite the sickness, and we have good old Arabia. Let's go. SY, the team up 2 games. We have Lix as the flank, playing as the Portuguese in the purple. The pocket is Mr. Yo. Mr. Yo is playing as the Franks in the teal. In the blue, we have Vivi, aka Fat Dragon, playing as the Japanese. Up against Vivi is Doubt. Doubt is playing as the Malians. Finally, Tyrant gets Viper as pocket, and Viper is Huns. That is going to be really tough for SY. And then the flank for Tyrant is Tato, and Tato is playing as the Ethiopians. My first thought, Dave, as I read through the civs, is that this is good for both pockets because you have a Frank and a Hun pocket, but I think it's especially good for Tyrant because Viper's finally in a carry position. And because Tato is really good at going man-at-arms into archers and Drush into archers as flank. And Ethiopians works well with that.
But SY also got their optimal positions
Yeah.
with Yo being pocket
Yep.
as Franks, which is so strong, especially with that scout HP boost now with the expansions, and Lix being on the flank is perfect. Vivi being on the flank is perfect. This is exactly what they wanted to see.
Yeah, Viper choosing the wrong place to chop wood here. Probably should have gone for the other wood line. That'll be awkward for him. He's like 25 trees here on that lumber camp. We haven't seen many lames yet, have we? We might see that this time. That's not something I put a lot of focus on in game 2. We have to keep an eye on that. Players need to find their goats and make sure their elephants aren't stolen, and Lix is going for the lame. Lix is going for the lame. And Yo is also along for the ride to help out just in case Tato shows up. SY once again with their teamwork. Now, the Portuguese bone is paying off here because they have cartography for free from the Dark Age. This is going to be a difficult journey for Lix to get this elephant because it takes so long. It was behind Tato's TC. Oh my goodness, the teamwork. They're even getting some hits in on the scout
Viper's
from Tato. Now. Yep, Viper sending his scout. It's just amazing that SY was able to turn around and fight there for a second. Oh, the elephant's going back. Yo will get it. Yo's gonna think about this. Now, if Tato wants it, I guess he could use a lumberjack to bring in the board, but I guess they've instead just given up on it, and good job from Tato then to look for that, spot it, and stop it. Didn't see any other lames. I think all the sheep have been brought in for Doubt, and he's luring in zebras. And the same could be said for Vivi. So as you said, Franks have more scout HP. I wonder if we're going to see pockets go for scouts or pockets go for fast castle, because this is, believe it or not, less open than some of the other maps. Arabia is normally the most open map out there, but in this tournament it's not. And more often than not, I'm seeing pocket players. Pocket is the player who's in between the others, guys. So Yo and Viper. More often than not, I'm seeing them go for Feudal Age. And that will be good for Franks then. In so many team game tournaments for years and years and years, Viper would always choose Huns, and he would do so well for Tyrant. But now he has these teams that are playing very well against them. And also it's a 3v3, it's not a 4v4, which is where Tyrant really made a name for themselves. I do think that Tyrant, recognizing they're behind, chose their best civilizations here. Because Malians are a top 3 or 4 civ in the civ draft for me. Huns as well. And then you have Tato's Ethiopians. These are amazing positions for Tyrant civs.
We should also look at the maps a bit. Like, I noticed for Vivi, he's got those golds up on that hill. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Over towards Doubt's side. So if Doubt wants to pressure him, that's pretty easy for him. And Doubt has safe gold at the back. So
yeah, good point.
Got to be watching out for that. And also, Lix's stones are both forward.
Oh, wow. You know, if SY wasn't the tower rushing team, I would say that might be a huge deal. I don't know if that will come into play or not, but I just want to point out that Doubt had spotted the militia. He saw that the barracks had the flag on it, and poor Vivi is going to run his militia into 2 lions.
Two lions.
So I don't know if Doubt can be credited with the second one, but I think the first one he tried to lure the militia into. And this is maybe Drush into archers for Vivi, while we have a man-at-arms build for Doubt. And yeah, the pockets are going for scouts. So there's going to be a lot of action here in Feudal Age. See how much damage Viper and Yo can do. What side they will go to with their scouts.
That is a good wall from Lix. Lix is going to wall that entire area there, I think. In between him and Tato. Wants nothing to do with Tato coming forward.
Oh, but I think Tato's going straight into archers, so he's also going up a bit later. Will Lix lose his scout? Oh no, Tato's going man-at-arms into archers. This wall's not going to happen. This is forward. It would be good if he completed it, but Tato has more scout HP because Lix was laming earlier, and now he has the militia, and this villager's going to have to run. So good job from Tato there. Now,
Doubt struggling as well.
Yeah, we missed the Drush engagement. Doubt completely lost on that. I think it's because Yo contributed with his scout. Again, SY's teamwork better. Yo has his starting scout here. Are they going to find a Bill pick? They should. And Yo scouts. Well, he's lost his scout. I think no more villagers will go down, but Doubt, a lot of vital time and losing a villager. Not a good start for him. Oh, man-at-arms for Tato. He's not going to stop the archer ranges. Viper has his scout with Tato, so this will be tough for Lix. I think this is the side that Yo will send help to, and here come the new scouts, yes. But these villas are trapped. So already we are seeing that pockets send their scouts over. You see the yellow streaks coming in. Viper trying to send more scouts. It'll be archers then for Tato as well. Pretty close game. I think that Doubt and Vivi are going to be in their own little 1v1 for a couple minutes.
Everyone's starting to wall up too. They're getting safe. It is a tournament game.
Yep. It's funny because Arabia is normally open. People ask, why is Arabia always played? I say it's open and it's one of the most balanced maps. In this tournament, this is actually rather easy to wall in comparison to the others. And yeah, Lix is going to really commit to these walls now. Feudal, I try my best to do so, man. I try my best to do so. It's tough because people join Age of Empires new every single day now. And I've had people watching it for 2 years. So I try my best to make it understandable for people who are new to the game and people who have been around the game for years. And that's a really tough balance, but I try my best, man. So, normally, okay, I was just going to say, normally I'd be talking about the pockets now because they have the more mobile unit and the flanks are walled up. And Yo getting a few free hits on Viper.
They're kind of canceling each other out right now, and it's amazing how the meta has changed. In a 3v3, usually you would have seen the pocket go for knights, but now both of them going heavy into scouts. 10 scouts for Viper, 8 scouts for Yo.
I just saw a signal on the map, and that had to be Tato signaling and saying, hey, just so you know, I'm on Yo's gold right now. You should send your scouts. Yo's trying to wall this off. He still needs some time to do that. Yo has nicely cleaned up the man-at-arms and scout of Tato. But now, look who has arrived, Viper. And Yo, he's not doing any damage currently with his numbers. So this is good for Tyrant. One villager going to go down. And the other beautiful thing about this is, as there's an engagement between Doubt and Vivi, and Doubt even winning that engagement, Doubt should know that these units are coming. He should know that these units are not next to Viper and that the units could be on the way, so he could have a little bit more time to prepare. Well, he definitely knows now. He needs to make a few spears, and he's going to lose these units. Nice position for Viper, though. This would potentially force Yo to make more units to defend from this, so he doesn't have to send his army back. And with that, that means that his castle time will be slower than Viper's. Viper's already done damage. He doesn't need to create any more units.
Yeah, idling him off gold, even for that bit of time, really makes an impact.
Yeah. Well, just compare the resource difference. Viper's just cooked up the castle. Like, this is such a comfortable position now for Tyrant. Viper's going to hit castle first. You see Licks maybe running towards Viper. Viper's on 2 stables already, getting ready for the Knights. Tato sending archers maybe for this opening in Yo's wall. But he's going to accompany Viper. Viper does have Carto now, so he can see where Tato is. And Tato will really help out versus these spears. Unfortunately, I feel like this will be walled off before
all 3 of them are going to Viper as well.
Tyrant can get here. Oh, Viper's gonna stop the wall off. This is big. This is big.
That's huge.
Oh my god. Yo, maybe not expecting Tato to show up. He thought his spears would do enough. And now, Yo, who still hasn't clicked up to castle, he's played so well this series. Finally, he's falling behind to Tyrant. Now, here comes the pressure,
look
as you
at Viper's
said.
face, though.
Yeah. Everyone at Viper's
there.
face. Like, oh, you're on your way to Castle Age? That's cute. We're gonna send 30 military towards you. But even still, I think Viper is prepared for this well. He knows it's coming. And the question is now, will SY run through the town center? Because if they were to do that, they would do damage. Let's see. Viper can't afford to quick wall because the archers are here. Vivi's here. Licks is here and Yo is here. It's so tough. I think the timing will just be right for Viper. Because he's gonna get knights. He has the tower there. He relocated to, ironically, the worst woodline he had. Let's see. He has to make sure he keeps these villas alive and just masses those knights. He has no one here to help him. At the same time, he is at Yo's base.
And they're at the back of Yo's base.
Oh.
The archers from Tato are there now. So many villagers.
Wow. This has gone so well for Tyrant. Viper has held on long enough. He's gonna have the knights. That's why I can't fight this. And they've killed all of those villagers from Yo. What great team play. Finally, Tyrant figuring it out. And I think you have to credit Viper for his aggressive move. It all started when he went after the gold at Yo's base. That's when the snowball began.
They didn't really do any damage at Viper's base. Now they gotta run, and that whole army could get cleaned up by these knights now. Yeah,
this is a problem. Because there's so much map presence for Viper once he cleans up this army and has a head start with the knights over Yo. This is going to be a real test of SY's skills. We've seen SY fall slightly behind in games 1 and 2 and come back pretty convincingly. But now this is going to be tough. I mean, even these archers from Licks, which came over to help, are now dying to Viper's scouts and to Tato's archers.
And Doubt's here now too, and Doubt is gonna go to the gold from Yo.
Is this GG territory, Dave?
It's close. It's getting
very
real close here. Look at Yo as the pocket, and look at his vill count.
30.
30 villagers. 30 villagers. Villager, whatever.
Oh my goodness. And they just haven't let up. They're all over. Tato now, he's gonna have such an efficient time versus Licks, because Licks can't be helped by Yo. Every engagement has gone well for Tyrant this game. And Yo has hit castle. He's finally there. But I think he's not going to have many resources for knights. Especially the gold is his biggest issue right now. And I think once they see that Yo has the knights, they can then 2v1 the flanks. Just waiting to see where Viper will send his knights.
Both Tato and Licks going for University right away for ballistics.
Okay.
But Tato with the bigger army.
Yeah, and Tato has the better civ. Tyrant has the better civs, and they've played better. Tyrant has Ethiopian crossbows versus Portuguese crossbows. Ethiopians fire faster. Ethiopians have the better eco, in my opinion, as well. Viper's Knight's going to maybe join Doubt, as Doubt just hits Castle Age and is getting crossbow and bodkin. And also, Viper is still keeping his scouts active. And he's just keeping an eye on what's going on here. Licks is going to lose 2 villagers. This is so tough for Licks. Licks, he can't run back into his base. This army needs to run.
Licks is trapped here. He's trapped. He's got to go back.
These are +2 knights. Oh, he's in trouble. He's in trouble. As long as Tato gets his numbers here soon, yeah, he's in big trouble. He can't do anything. He has to either open up his wall or just fight and die. And opening up the wall is not an option here. So he will get completely wrecked. Oh, God. What a
There was
game
no
from
fight
Tyrant.
in that. There was just die.
Yeah, and now look on the other side. The forward gold's from Vivi, remember? Vivi's at 58 vills, which is ridiculous. I don't know how he's even at that right now, but still, he's 2v1.
Yep.
And now, Yo, who's damaged significantly earlier, he was trying to run forward to maybe hit Viper to try and bring this back, and he doesn't know which side to go to. He can't go forward to Viper, that's for sure. He has to go help Vivi, or he has to go help Lix. Lix has 7 military versus all these knights and crossbows from Tyrant. This is what happens at high levels of Age of Empires 2, guys. Just takes one moment, and that moment was Viper's scouts going towards Yo's base, and Yo not playing defensive. He went aggressive, and he didn't do any damage. And now Lix running away from this. He has no help.
Yeah. Now they're in between the production buildings and his economy, so he can't get any reinforcements back to his army. He's got villagers garrison. Doubt is on Yo again. Yo is trying to clear that up. And Vivi, while he has a great economy, he doesn't really have any military to pressure with.
Yeah, he can't do this on his own, Vivi. He can't bring this back on his own. He has 67 vills, but the big deal here is that the Knight civilizations, there's a huge difference in economy. 42 vills for Yo and 58 for Viper. The Viper's castle time was faster, and with all this map control, I expect Tyrant to have more and more economy on top of their military lead.
There is a possibility. The only way I see SY getting back into this is if somehow Tato and Viper get separated and one of those armies gets cleared up. Because Yo's coming over now. He's got +2. And he's got quite a few knights.
This is a game that Tyrant does not... that SY does not win, Tyrant loses, you know? This is a game that Tyrant should win 100 out of 100 times. But if they somehow take a bad engagement, like as you said, if they were to get separated, then there could be a way back for SY. But Tyrant being very smart with the positioning of their units, and they're constantly right next to each other because they have not seen Yo yet. They don't know where he's going. And Yo's going towards Doubt, where Vivi is. Huh.
I think Yo might be going towards Viper's base. Where is he heading right now?
Well,
and Viper and Tato now just going into Yo.
This is the second time now.
So many units.
This is the second time. In the Feudal Age, Yo decided to go forward, and he got completely destroyed by Viper's scouts. And now Viper and Tato are here at Yo's base, and Yo is arriving at Viper's. Viper will take losses here, but Viper's 30 vills ahead, so he can afford to lose 10, 15 villagers. And he has the resources to replenish forces. So Yo has to do a lot of damage to make up for the fact that he's losing so much at home. He's going to lose his stables, man.
Gonna try and kill Viper's TC as well? I mean, interesting.
Yeah, Viper's trying to repair and then garrison. Just wonder if Viper will probably lose the TC and some vills, while Tyrant is just attacking the stables. Could they not have attacked Yo's TC as well?
Yeah, and suddenly Lix has an army again.
Yeah, and Lix is coming over. The problem is Yo doesn't have an army, at home anyway. That's the big problem.
And 45 villagers.
Yeah, 45 vills versus 65. Viper took losses, but it's not too bad. And yeah, now they go for the TC. Maybe the logic was, hey, we're ahead. Let's kill the production buildings so he can't add more knights. Certainly scrappy for Viper, but you should be able to deal with it. And SY keeps the TC up, and in comes Vivi as well. You know, I have to say, for someone that I feel like is dead, this SY team...
Viper's losing a lot of villagers.
Oh my... Is this possible? Because look at the vill count from Vivi. SY does not die. Is it possible? Lix still... Questionable engagement if he takes that. Vivi's on the way to Imp. Viper's losing vills.
As well, though.
Okay, yeah, they've been pretty even on that side. But in 1v1, I favor Vivi every single time. Viper's at 78 pop. Yo's at 68. And Viper, let's look at... Dude, he doesn't have resources.
Look at what he's doing with all his villagers. He's on the stone.
To build a castle?
And there's no mining camp there at all. Half his vills are idle.
What are we seeing?
No.
I thought, and now Vivi's taking a good Magneto shot against Doubt, and he could take the hill from him. This is not happening, right? Lix is about to click to Imp. Tato's on the way up. This is a game that SY can win. Oh, what the?
He's coming back with his knights. They're no longer at Yo's base. He's gonna lose those villagers. There's no way, right? There's no way.
I might have jinxed him, dude. I might have jinxed him. This is... The crazy thing is, I still feel like Tyrant has the lead. But they have fallen so far from where they were 10 minutes ago.
And Tato's got to kill. That's their win condition right now. And
yep.
Doubt can't let Vivi get a castle up on that hill. He cannot let him do that.
And Vivi's trying to, but it's been denied. Well played,
Good job, Doubt.
But I don't think Vivi... I guess he can't commit and run past that now. Yeah, well played, Doubt. Doubt and Tato have really held it together. I still feel like it's tough for SY because look at the amount of units Tato has. Viper finally was able to...
so far behind.
Yeah, it was still 20 vills behind, but that was not an easy ride there at all. Just like, what is happening? I've never once seen Viper build a castle as Huns just to clean up knights out of his base. I've never seen that. That's not a thing. So that's not meta, that is just desperation, I guess.
Okay, so Tyrant has stabilized here big time.
They have. And it's...
Oh, what are you doing, Lix? He ran right into
at the same time, Dave, look at Vivi. Oh my god. Doubt is like, oh yeah, you want to make jokes about my Doubt castle? Well, take a look at this. Got a Vivi castle. Doubt's ahead with the castle race. He has 2 of them. He's denied that castle from Vivi. I'm sorry,
Lix. With the vills now too.
Ooh, Lix, I can see this. Tato really carrying now. Maybe since he's going into just golden wood units, we'll send food to Viper. And capped rams and Arbalest for Tato. Going towards Lix, who will be going for Arbalest, but he doesn't have rams. Yeah, I think Tyrant has this. I think they were so far ahead that loss at Viper's base was not enough for Lix for SY to come back. But still, that I did not expect that.
Army here.
Yep,
Lix is going to lose his army. He's going to lose his base.
Yeah, this has got to be Tyrant's game. But holy cow, man, it should have been a lot easier for Tyrant. I'll say that much. That was a really weird base trade. But the Vivi has done well. He hasn't done any damage to Doubt. Doubt is the guy we haven't talked about much at all this game. Because he's just been holding, not taking any damage, not doing any damage.
Doubt had one job to do, and it was to... The only thing he had to do was prevent a castle coming up on that hill from Vivi.
Yep.
And he did it. And Vivi, like, he was up to Imp first, he had a better economy, but you can't do anything unless you have a foothold.
Exactly.
And he didn't get it.
Yep.
And now Lix is dead. Lix is... Oh, man.
It could have been very different if Vivi had gotten that castle up and been pushing Doubt while Tato was pushing Lix. But still, Viper somehow has more villagers than Yo, and he's on his way to Imp, and all of these vills for Lix will die, and SY probably thinking, yeah, we lost one, boys. We lost one. But saying that, Yo clicks up to Imp. Like, they didn't give up before. Will they give up now?
Vivi is also in the back of Doubt and Viper's base, like, massacring villagers.
Yeah, I see that. This is probably one of those situations where Lix is saying, this is GG, let's go back. And Vivi's like, no, I am Fat Dragon, I will kill all.
I am the fattest dragon there has ever been.
You know, he's probably that guy in the team that says those things as well, and everyone else just rolls their eyes. But Siege Ram for Tato, I mean, in all seriousness, he has so many Siege Rams here, and it's only 55 vills for Lix. Everyone's on the Vivi fanboy train in the Twitch chat now. I love it. Finally, people are seeing how good Vivi is. but I don't think he's good enough to push Doubt back here. And even if he is, Viper's going to be an imp before Yo, and Viper's going to send a lot of support to Tato, who really doesn't need it, or he could send it to Doubt. And Tyrant just not losing any of their map control, any of their villagers. Well, except for this army from Vivi, which is now dying. They're just in full control.
I can't believe Lix has held on this long.
Dude, like, he's just mining this gold. He doesn't even care. He's running away still. There's got to be someone on that team that says, we're not resigning. This is like Doubt last game. So he has 1 TC. He's going to have to run his vills away from this. Yo has to clean this up. He has to help. Tato, he's at 70 military. Played incredibly well.
Tato's a beast right now.
Yeah, for sure. And Doubt's going Cavalier and Viper's going Cavalier. Interesting. And Viper's kind of hidden, or Doubt has hidden the Cavalier switch from Vivi, and oh, Vivi could lose.
The onagers. Oh no!
Great play from Tyrant there. That was smart. Viper would have arrived here anyway, but this is something that Vivi did not prepare for. And now another castle for Doubt to secure this hill, and he should be able to get this up. And now a forward
Japanese
castle.
halberdier though.
Yeah, but he's
much
just
can they
holding
do?
though. That's the thing. He can't push with halbs, you know. Japanese have a very slow castle siege push, and they need something fast now because Lix is dead and Viper's getting Paladin. Well, Viper might throw away some units, but Tyrant as a team is whole, and Tato is still pushing forward versus Mr. Yo with a castle on the hill, and finally,
GG.
there's
what
the
a
GG.
game! Oh my god! Look, Vivi's still playing. I am the dragon. I cannot be defeated.
He won't resign.
He's still going.
Is he still making units? Yeah, he's still making units. He's like, screw you guys. I don't need you guys. Oh, I love it.
Oh man.
Well, he's closed out the game now, and we are gonna have game 4. So Tyrant finally gets a victory. That was well played. I think that oftentimes it comes down to the pockets and the pockets decisions with the scouts, and I think the position was here, chat. I think the scouts were running by each other here, so it's closer to Yo's base. And Yo decided to run forward, which means it would take him a longer distance to get to an opponent's base. Viper just had to run right in. Now, it could have been a different game if Yo had walled that off. Maybe been more aggressive and walled with 2 villagers. I'm not too sure. But we know where it all started. It started with Viper's play on the gold. And then the great teamwork. Doubt came this way. Tato came this way. So they've shown signs there that they can win the next one. And here's the KD. Tato with a lot more kills. And eco stats there as well. Viper with more food. It's amazing that he had more food despite that shenanigans that happened in the space.
Well, I mean, I feel like Viper made some really great calls going to Yo early.
Yeah,
And
for
then,
sure.
like, no one's going to expect Yo to just come to your base with 40 knights and start killing TC. Like, I could feel Viper's confusion and then panic at that moment. Like, is this working, really?
Viper and Tato are probably talking to each other, and they say, well, we don't have to worry about where Yo's army is because we have 30 crossbows and 30 knights, so he has to fight this.
Yeah, he'll come back and fight us.
Yeah, he has to fight this. And then Yo shows up, and yeah. In hindsight, though, I think had Yo gone back, they would have died earlier. That's the funny thing.
What changed with SY being aggressive?
It's
they
a 3v3.
recruited Lix.
Well, I also think it's a 3v3. 3v3s are much more aggressive. You're forced to be aggressive. If you play defensive, you die. So I think Lix has been a huge addition to SY. But I think that the reason we're seeing a different SY is because SY didn't have to be this aggressive in the 4v4 tournaments we saw in the past. All right, so game 4 coming up, guys. Super Let's Go with 17 months